back. We are here with Josh and Justin from Greater Lakes Cleaning Solutions in Holland, Ohio. Guys, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having us so much, Easton. We're doing great today. Really happy to be a part of this, getting to shout out our company as well as be a part of the DigiFree community.
Yes. Yes, and thank you as well, Josh, for chiming in here and joining. So thank you
Yeah,
guys.
thanks for having me here.
So, what is your cleaning process like when you are power washing a building?
The cleaning process can be multiple different stages. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go out, we're going to look at our property, make sure that we get a game plan going. From there, we're going to probably move out anything that could be in our way while we're spraying. We're going to have to potentially cover any plants because chemicals we use can kill some of the plants, and we're always very cautious around our homeowners' stuff. We try to treat everybody's stuff like our own. That way, we minimize damage. After that, we're gonna probably leaf blow and get all of the extra sediment, debris, dust off of our surface. That way we don't collect too much dust in our water and making the surface harder to clean. From there, we're gonna get our hoses out and we're gonna get to work. Depending on the job, we could be doing a driveway, we could be doing a house, we might need ladders for gutters. It just really all depends.
And Josh, from an operational standpoint, on the safety, I know he mentioned that you guys use a lot of chemicals. How do you guys kind of go about working with your client to make sure that their area does stay safe and
Well, we always check with the client before we use any chemicals. We make sure that they're okay with it because some people may have, if it's residential, they may have pets that are there,
yeah.
or depending on if it's like different parking lots for different businesses, the runoff may not be able to have heavy chemicals. So we always have to just check with our clients and make sure that they're okay with what we use, and then we make sure that we mix it appropriately due to specifications and just try to avoid any skin contact, any contact with things, surfaces it shouldn't go with.
And you guys are really focusing on niching down on restaurants. Can you kind of talk about why?
Okay, so yeah, with specifically with restaurants, we've noticed that high volume traffic places such as I don't want to shout anybody out, but let's go with the the king of burgers. Let's say it like that. They typically tend to focus on the inside of the restaurant, making the cleanliness and appearance the best they can for those of us who are going inside. However, the outside of the building is typically the most ignored. We've all been in the drive-through, looked to our right, and seen that nasty dumpster over there. That's where we come in. Our specific niche is making the outside of the building cleaner than the inside of the building.
So you guys really want to focus on the things that most people ignore.
Yes, that's what we have over 15 years combined in the restaurant industry. So we've dealt with the health department, we've dealt with Ecolab, Steritech, these people that set the standard for cleaning, and that's where we get our standard from. We want to be one of the leading cleaners in Toledo, showing people that hey, if you don't have the time to do it, we will come out and make your place look nice.
And can you talk about why, as a power washing company, you guys really want to focus on commercial clients versus residential?
When it comes to commercial versus residential, a lot of it comes from our area of expertise. We have a lot of background in the restaurant industry, which gives us a leg up versus the residential. I love our residential clients, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, they are some of the best people we have. They treat us the best. Yesterday we had a client buy us pizza while we were
Oh,
out on
wow.
the job. So our residentials are really a lot better to us than our commercials. But commercials are higher paying contracts that have more routine work. They allow me to continue to grow and expand the business because when I know I have a contract signed, that's another person or two I can hire on, which
Okay.
is really great for the business.
Yeah. So it allows you to expand and scale.
Yes, sir.
One thing I actually learned when I was going over your website was that you guys clean trash cans.
Yep.
How profitable is the trash can cleaning business?
That is an untapped market, honestly. So cans right now, we do basically a can. If it's a one-time cleaning, it'll be $15. If you're on like a monthly service, we'll do $10 a can. So that has turned into its own little side hustle that was just like, hey, I can clean your can to like, let me get you on the schedule. A lot of people don't really think about even like their cleanliness of their exterior of their home until they're throwing away their garbage. And then they're like, oh my God, that smell, that whatever. And then it's like, who's going to clean that? And
Yeah.
that's where we come in. We're not afraid to get our hands dirty.
And having Josh by your side, how do you guys kind of balance the r- relationship to make sure that you as the owner and him as the director of operations, how do you balance having a employee that is also deeply involved in the business?
I think where our strong points with that comes from is before we ever started being in this business together, we became best friends. He's my thunder buddy. We
Okay.
talk to each other every day. In the morning, we text each other, what's going on? Nothing. Okay, let's hang out. So, like on our downtime, we'll be together. And even if we're just sitting there playing some video games together, we're still going to be sitting there going over business
Yeah.
thoughts, techniques, going over what we did today. Okay, how we can better ourselves for the next one, even. So, we're constantly just bouncing ideas off each other. And it just never stops. The business goes home. Like, there's no stop to the business.
And what about that myth of not mixing business and friendships?
Well, no, we don't mix the business and friendship. We might butt heads, but he's overall the owner, and I know, what, I got to back down. Maybe
Yeah.
my idea might have been better, but this is how he says it should go.
Yeah.
But then later on that night, we'll come together and he'll be like, you know what, that might have worked if we did it that way. And so it's just always a give and take. I give him the respect of, you're the owner, you're giving me the guidance, but then he also respects the fact that I have ideas that he might not have thought of. So it's just different angles. And so we don't mix the friendship and
Yeah.
the business, but the business is always on. So
And can you talk about why you do listen to your employees, and why is that something that you really value, is listening and taking out new ideas from your employees?
Well, we all make mistakes. I make at least seven daily. So he has time and time again, beyond being an employee, he's been a friend, he's been a resource. He comes up with very strange and unique ideas where you're like, that'll never work. And then he does it, and you're like, how did that work?
Yeah.
But continuously, where I tend to overthink things because I'm constantly looking at it from an owner's view of it needs to be done like this, it has to represent this, I need it done like this. He comes with the operational standpoint to say, hey, look, that's nice, but we can do it like this and you'll still get the same look. You won't have to work as much into it. He's a bigger guy than me, so he comes with the structure, the knowledge, the know how to get a job done where I do a lot of thinking
Yeah.
instead of muscling. He can muscle things out for me, which makes it a great team effort.
I really like how you guys found that balance. Like, that's awesome to see. It is, because like it's important, right? Like that you guys are able to find some sort of line where you respect him, he respects you, and you guys can grow together.
Yeah.
Why as a business do you guys feel the need to go above and beyond for your clients?
Oh my gosh.
I can
Uh,
take this one.
you want it? This is a good one.
I appreciate it when someone goes above and beyond for me. So whether you're religious, you're not, you believe in karma, what you have, I believe you get what you put out there. So when I was a kid, I wasn't always doing the best thing. So you know what? I started to learn, like, hold on, I'm trying to be the nice guy. So now I'm always holding the door for the person that's coming out the store, or, I'm trying to help any person I can. Like I said before, this little old ladies love me. So
Yeah.
I'm just, I like when people do a good job for me and towards me. So I just enjoy when someone does that same thing. Like he mentioned, the lady yesterday came and brought us pizza. It was a hot and ready, but you know what? It was the thought that
Yeah.
mattered. So just the littlest things. So it's all about trying to put a smile on someone's face because the world don't have enough of that.
Yeah. I agree. And this is something now to the personal side of you, Justin. You broke your vertebrae back in 2016.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Did this change the path that your life was on?
It has incredibly impacted my life. Whereas it not in a negative way because before I would say that I was a little bit more pessimistic before I broke my back, and then after I broke my back, it kind of was like oh, here's your new lease on life. You have to start over. You have to learn. I had to learn how to walk again. I had to basically choose a new career path after it all happened. And where a lot of people would get depressed and say, like, oh, this is the end, it was like, no, this is where I'm going to start. And this is where my journey is really going to begin. Is now I'm going to overcome this hardship. And once I'm past it, I can look back now and it doesn't seem like anything was as hard as trying to walk again.
What what was the hardest thing, learning to try to walk again?
Um, just the mental battle, honestly, because when you when you go through a disability, it's hard to know if you're ever going to come out on top. So a lot of it's a mental battle of just saying that I'm going to beat this. I'm going to be stronger than this. A lot of days were just filled with pain and just like, I don't want to move. And then physical therapy and the support of my family saying, hey, we're going to get you back to 100. We're going to get you to where you used to be. You're going to walk again. Things are going to be okay. Things are going to go back to the way they were. Maybe not exactly the way they were, but we're always going to be here for you. So that was kind of a big push and a drive for me to continue my physical therapy and to get back to where I wanted to be, because I have so many people that rely on me that I know I can't be down too long either.
I have two more questions for you guys.
All right.
This question is for both of you guys. If you could have dinner with two people, one person from the past and one person from the present, who would it be and why? Justin, I'll start with you.
All right. A person from the past. I lost my stepdad about 4 years ago, and I would love to have dinner with him and just tell him how I've done, how everything's came along, how things are going. And a person from the present. I would. Is it at the same? If it's at the same dinner, Will
Yeah, yeah.
Ferrell's going to be at our dinner. We're just going to be having laughs, sharing beers, just choking it up.
For me, it'd be very similar. I lost my grandfather just a couple years ago, and that's when me and Justin really became tight. Um, so I would definitely say my grandfather is there, and just to keep it family, have my son there. Me, my grandfather, my son, 3 generations. So that'd be my two,
So it sounds like you guys were able to bond over the loss of a loved one.
definitely.
What what was something that you guys really kind of sparked that journey?
Um, because I lost my grandfather in a tragic way, and he wouldn't let me be alone. So yeah, because I was staying with my grandparents, and when my grandmother had just got put into hospice, and when my grandfather had passed, I was going to be going back to that empty house, and he wouldn't let me. So that let me know, like, you got my back.
I love it. One more question. Why did you decide to partner with us and offer the discounts?
Um, so I chose DigiFree because your personality and your character, actually, you've brought something. You've seen where I was at, and not only did you believe in me, you said I have a product that can help you and further our community reach and goals of everyone. And that was inspirational to me to see someone meet someone like yourself who's like, hey, I want to help everybody too. Let's partner together and do it. And that's like, that was really just like took the cake for me, honestly. I couldn't hope to meet someone better, and since meeting you, my networking just being able to grow since I've met you, the confidence I got from just this one first meeting was a huge stepping stone in the growth of this company.
That's awesome. Well, I am honored to, and thank you for those kind words because we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Those are the questions I have for you guys. How can people find you? And what is one thing you want to leave people with?
Um, to find us, you can visit us at greaterlakescleaningsolutions.com. We have our Snapchat, our Facebook, our TikTok, our Instagram. Something I would want to leave our potential clients with is that no matter the project, we have a budget to fit everybody. We are here to help people get the things done that they can't get done, whether it be big or small.
I'd say one thing we want to leave you with is one less problem. When we pull away, you don't got to worry about that mess anymore.
Well, guys, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.